Hello and welcome back to part 7 of my informative playthrough of Pathfinder Kingmaker. Now, you'll notice if you watched the previous video, the weather has changed. That's just because I waited a little bit as well, because I wanted to just sort of demonstrate this. This is the Great Sycamore. If we look at the map, you can sort of see it going there, and considering that this place is called Old Sycamore, Great Sycamore, considering this place is called Old Sycamore, I thought it would be worth showing it off before we disappeared. The other thing is, I just disarmed a couple of entanglement traps here, which required a perception check, just so I didn't accidentally trigger them on the way back. We can see all the junk we haven't picked up. There is not that much here. Really, what I think I'll do is I'll leave all of that because it's not going anywhere, and I'll do it off camera because there's nothing special left there, really. If there is, I'll remember to talk about it. Off we go. So we're descending into the roots of the Old Sycamore here, and this is where both the Mites and the Kobolds live. You'll notice just before we went down here, that it kind of looked like they were guarding the route down, and that's because they were. This is into their realm. And if we'd not taken a neutral route with this overland,
I decree we set up camp.
with these overland encounters between the Mites and the Sycamores, they would all be hostile down here, almost entirely. Some of them wouldn't be, but whichever one we'd sided with, the other one would not be friendly, or we could actually choose to fight them in total. And we're just gonna see if we can take out these without causing any... See, this poison here, I'll try and be more careful. Meli was hit because she's got rubbish armor class, and she failed that check. DC 11, and now she's lost dexterity. So
This will hurt. Stand down.
rather they attack the cat.
You deserved it.
1, 2,
Let us strike as one.
and 3. So she's made this save, but it was a pretty brutal reduction. 2, if we if we bring up this information here, it doesn't actually say, but it's DC 11. So good, there's a fair chance if we're hit that we won't make it.
Camp.
Now we're not going down here yet. What we're going to do is we're going to...
my time to shine.
This
It seems that someone tried to gnaw through the frames, sometimes successfully. This is sort of, I've got no idea what is even going on down there. But we're going to talk to Gatekeeper Quaggy. She's calling to her centipede. Mites sort of communicate with centipedes, so she knows we're an ally, and that Warrior Queen Badar is waiting. Queen Beauty's little centipede. We're going to ask where Tartuk is, and she doesn't know, and what lies ahead. So Mite and our animal. Some animal's still wild, and there's a deep hole. It's very dangerous. So the next floor down is really quite unpleasant, and up, basically down from here. So down that way. There's a kobold passage which is broken, and the bridge is lifted. And how do I get to this broken passage? She doesn't want us to lower the bridge. However, she'll do this trade. So she wants a pretty helmet, and she will lower the passage if we bring this bug jaw from the warrior, from the mount, the spider mount, the former queen. And we're just going to go ahead and say, will do. Okay. So it's impossible to do this map, this big map, like without a little bit of backtracking, unfortunately. But I'm going to try and keep it as minimal as possible.
You offend me.
Let's do this properly.
Is there trouble? Any last wishes?
do not falter.
Tear them apart!
You should have run.
There we go. And I think there's a couple more. Yeah, let's see whether we can...
This is where I step in.
I am yours to command.
For Gorum!
Couple of misses. Same strategy.
Onwards!
Your time is over.
Strike!
Let's let the cat take the blow, and we'll just loop a Miri around here from this side.
Don't hold back.
There we go. Bring Valerie forward just a little bit.
Stay behind me.
Away, you rascal.
Ooh, nice. And deal with the last one. Now, some of these centipedes spit acid. They're called spitting giant centipedes, and
Adventures.
you can basically negate the entire issue by bringing
I don't tolerate threats.
a scroll of protection from acid, because they will
Let us strike as one.
Serves you right. Stand down.
they won't be able to do any damage at all. It's really good. Let's hope. Let's just pull the Mary back and then bring her back in.
Do not falter. Onwards!
Poor old leopard. She's not having a good time. Her sole purpose is to soak up poison.
This will hurt.
I think they've got quite high fortitude saves. Maybe I'm imagining that. Yeah, well, higher than
Let us strike as one.
the others. Okay. And there's some just down here, I believe.
Give the order.
There we go.
Adventures are exciting.
Anything is possible.
It's time to act.
No.
To victory.
A hit.
Do not falter.
You
Flare.
should have run.
Cat. And we're just going to bring them in.
You deserved it.
Can they even fail the fortitude save? What's the DC? It's 14. Yeah, they can. That's no big deal. It's just we're being a bit unlucky.
Don't hold back.
As long as we keep hitting them, that's fine. This leads further down, so we're not going to be going down there yet. We're going to be holding
I'll
off.
share my path.
We're just going to come over here. You'll notice that there's a lot of rubbish, a lot of trash around, and it looks like they're sort of working. You can try and chat to them and say they're absorbing their work, paying no heed. When we come down here, we'll see their sort of industry. The mites are very much engaged in sorting rubbish. It's like sifting through it for treasure.
Dangers don't frighten me.
So they've just got huge accumulations of trash everywhere. In amongst the roots. There's some more centipedes down here. Let's
Don't
see if we can
hesitate.
just-
No time for
I
idling.
wrote it like
Ah, a test of my
let's
abilities.
see. Coming in. How are we going to deal with this? One
Onwards.
leopard should absorb that. We're going to use up our Inspire Courage.
You offend me.
And we're going to see about triggering. This might trigger an attack of opportunity, but we're going to just try and coax them that way, and there we go.
Stay
Job
behind
done.
me.
But we'll sing, we'll use up the last two bits of our last two rounds of Bard Song just to try and give this
This will hurt. You should have run.
a slightly faster chance of clearing this. And Lindsay, you
Any
just
last
shoot.
wishes? This is
No,
where
she's
I
they're
step in.
they're gonna engage
Serves
before.
you right.
Let's take it slow though. Dead. There. Let's see whether we can
Your time is over.
deal with this. See, they're repositioning. So let's get ourselves trying to loop around. Hopefully the cat will get an
Away, you
attack
rascal.
in.
You deserved it.
Yeah. Looping. Nah, that's okay. We're going for Valerie.
Bring it.
Strike.
Dead.
Let us strike as one.
And fortunately, Amiri made her fortitude save there because they were actually going for her. We've used up all our bard song. It's a little bit of treasure
Adventures
down
can
here.
wait.
Icelandic coin. And we're just going to clear this area. Basically, this half is the Mite half, this half is the Kobold half, and we can't cross from one to the other because the bridge is down here and we don't have that lever. So this is all friendlies. And they're doing some sort of stand-up comedy show here. I'm not even joking. This one here is doing stand-up comedy, and the others are less than impressed. Yeah. Joke bad, hit joker. Butter. And this is nice shepherd's pie recipe. So we'll just learn that there. As we steal all their stuff and they don't care. My fleet. I cannot believe they Owlcat put a bunch of mites doing stand-up comedy. But I guess that kind of fits with the Fae theme. And this is rather sad. These little frames, and then they paint landscape behind them. Let's just make sure we're not missing anything there. And down here.
I'll share my path.
Potatoes, thank you, Mite Sentinel. I know you. Greeting. Yeah, they're quite sweet, really. This is, yeah, more stuff to sell. Just want to check there's nothing here, and we get this lovely view. I just want to take a moment to stop and pause. This water flowing down here, just disappearing right down into the roots. It's really nice design there. So well done, Owlcat visual designer, whoever came up with that. Just looks great. So we're going to dash along here, trying to get in as much as possible before we need to rest, because we're just trying to make good use of time. Make sure we got our formation, because I don't think there's anything down here. We just want to be careful. Yeah, so this is the, I guess you call the headquarters, the throne room of Queen Badar. And there's two bits to it. One is here. We can't go through here. This is where Tartuccio, or Tartuk as he's pretending to be, is, and they won't let us through. And there's just huge piles of crap. Yeah, and over here we've got Warrior Queen Badar and the Seneschal. He's not got much to say. He just says talk to the Queen with her scimitar and her cool wolf hat. Welcome, ally, her chamber. I love this little plan, like this battle plan of these bizarre little creatures. Just in time, my ally, Shimmer Purplehide, passed vicious magic under our nose and run sacred Sycamore Hall. He have relic key. Kobolds steal our relic. We cannot follow not. We can follow not. You help us? Well, yeah. So how do I get into Sycamore Hall? And basically, Tartuk has one relic and the Kobold Chief has the other, and we need the Kobold's relic in order to get through, to be able to get through. So we're just going to say yes. So that's one half of the quest to find Tartuccio, and we're just going to steal these really nice scrolls. These protect from evil. It only lasts a minute when it's communal, but it is communal. And it gives saving throw bonus as well, so that's excellent. Now, we've cleared this part. Ooh, I missed something over there. Now we're going to go find the Mite mandibles, which are part of our little quest for Gatekeeper Quaggy, by descending into the Sycamore depths. And the Sycamore depths are far more dangerous than the Sycamore Caves, especially if you haven't angered either kobolds or
We set up camp.
mites. You can see here it's another full dungeon map, and there's giant centipedes. What do you know? But down here, they are these spitting giant centipedes. They're still level 1, but they spit nasty acid, and hopefully that's a touch attack, so it targets touch AC. So our armor class is not very useful against that. So there's nothing really stop us attempting the old charge in.
Just letting the ink dry.
Friendship lasts forever.
We should move.
Flare them and just bring them.
This will be quick.
There we go.
Don't hold back.
Let's hope we can deal with the others before something bad happens. Yeah, that's acid flying at us. You'll see. Well, it was a critical hit, but it's targeting touch AC, not her really high, nice AC. So, you know, all that armor Valerie's got is absolutely useless,
Any last wishes?
and we just rely on having to kill them quickly. So just
I'll share my
pop down this side chamber and side passage. Make sure we're arranged right, because there's some more. What do you know? More centipedes. Let's try and
Stand
keep this
down.
sensible there.
This will hurt.
So we're not missing very often. It's a nice recipe for jeweled rice. Copy that. And this is what we're looking for. This is the mount. The great spider mount that Gatekeeper Quaggy referred to. And we're going to grab these mandibles of the huge spider. There. And that's that quest. Done. Well, not cashed in, but done. And this is, I believe, our 4th fragment. So we're almost there with the relics. There's another one down here somewhere, and then 2 more in other locations. Or there's one up there. Basically, we can get 5 in total by the time we leave here for the final time. Now this, really like this. Obviously, we'll kill these centipedes.
You offend me.
Onwards!
However, might, just since we're
You see that?
see if
This
we
is
can
where
take
I
out that
step in.
Lindsay, because they're
They go down!
we'll just let the health pools deal with it. Lindsay shoots someone who's
Serves
not in
you right.
combat. Made Amiri big in the heat of combat. It's not great, but it just means she can
Your time
attack
is
from
over.
behind. There we go. And
Away, you
let's just finish them
rascal.
off. Cool. So if we just pop down here. Wait, where am I going? So yeah, my point is that this is like a taproot of the Great Sycamore, and we get these lovely flowers. Look at them, just such cool design. And whenever we see flowers like this, it's an indication of Fey influence, and so there's some sort of Fey influence
share
to
my
the Great
path.
Sycamore. Yeah,
I found
that up.
something interesting.
that token of the Dryad, and down here, Restovic coin. Sorry, Roslandic coin. This required a little perception check, but we're just going to squeeze through this crack
The dangers don't
and
frighten
find
me.
this secret here. And this is excellent. This is a headband of Inspired Wisdom +2. Because we've been taking a lot of friendly routes, we actually miss out on some quite good gear for the sake of being nice. But we don't miss out on that. That's going to be perfect for our cleric. So their horde has fallen down. I don't think there's anything else in here. So, yep. Now there's one major boss room here, but you know, in a way, it's not the hardest fight. And then there are 1, 2, 3, 4 other really tricky, micro boss fights, all of which we're going to attempt to avoid. Oh, right.
This is my
Their
time to
life
shine.
Too
ends
late.
here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Initiative roll is okay. Let's come forward a little bit.
You should have run.
See if we can.
Stand
Where's
down.
the spitting ones
You
there?
offend me.
You
And there.
deserved it.
Then we'll just bring a Meli and our leopard in. Let's change
Stay
target so that
behind me.
everyone gets a flanking bonus. There.
Any last wishes?
See if you can hit that.
Your
They've
time
killed
is
one
over.
off screen. I wasn't watching. Dead.
Strike.
Oops.
This is where I step in.
Away, you rascal.
Let us strike as one.
And
Do
finally,
not falter.
see if you can hit that. Bam. Textbook. I say. Self-congratulatory.
Adventures
And obviously,
can
there's been
wait.
a huge battle here between the mites and the kobolds. What's landed? Coin? Another one for the stash?
I'll
And
share
I'll just
my
hit
half.
this. Question mark. Yes, so it's almost like, they decided to try and go through the underground because they couldn't go through the above ground. This region here, this is where the Giant Centipede is. That's the dungeon boss, I guess. Or, optional dungeon boss, although, once you rule out everything optional, there's not much left. We're going to pop up here. There we go. And we need this miner's lever. This is like a crowbar. This is going to enable us to shift a cart, so to speak, because it's an actual cart. Potion of Shield of Faith and a Scorching Ray. This is an excellent spell. We're probably going to use those in when we kill Tartuccio. Now, we can just come a little bit down here. I don't want to go too far because there's a micro boss, big spider,
I need inspiration.
and a really horrid web trap,
Onward.
which I want to avoid.
Tear them apart. They go down.
Got the cat attacking the wrong thing. Thank
Don't
you.
hold back.
Go. So, the combat here is pretty, I guess, samey.
How cute!
And if I'm capable of breezing through it, I kind of will. But at this low stage, it's just a little bit more
A
dangerous
simple
than
smile goes a long way.
you might
And
think.
Lizzie?
I actually do have to be quite
We
careful
will
because
prevail.
a couple of unlucky hits and we're going to be
Stay behind me.
having a bad time. How many more have I got? I mean, it's not really worth it.
Serves you right.
They don't have a ranged attack, so basically they've all got to come to us, and we are just going to sit in this choke
Let
point.
us strike as one. Do not falter. Bring it.
Pass the fortitude save.
Stand down.
This will hurt.
Fortunately not attacking a Meli because that'll be really, I guess, dangerous.
Onward.
So we're not going to kill this one because of the targeting. We're going to kill this one in the hope that this one moves into the
Stay
space.
behind me. Tear them apart.
It's a nice risky
You deserved it.
strategy.
You should have run.
Keep the focus off a Meli, but
Let us strike as
maybe
one.
we can just
Strike.
That's fine. Great success. So there's a web trap in the middle here, which I'm planning on avoiding. We're going to run all the way back here. And doing that, exactly as I planned, Meli here has leveled up to level 2. So we're just going to go ahead and do this. And then once I've done that, I'm going to pause the video. I think this is a good point to pause, since we're going to be leaving the old Sycamore depths and returning to regular Sycamore. So you can see level 2, there's nothing particular that's going to happen at level 2. We're obviously going to take Druid again, being a full spellcaster class. There's a lot to lose and not much to gain by multiclassing. Of course, if you're a melee class, yeah, it's much more feasible to mix and match, because your most important thing is your full bad progression. If we mix and match our spellcaster, she is gonna not get her high level spells, and she's gonna get other spells much slower. You're gonna feel like, you know, jack of all trades, master of none. So we've got 5 skill points. We're going to go perception. We need knowledge world, law nature, and that basically leaves this one. And yeah, we're sort of dithering here. Let's just stick it and use magic device. Make the most of this high charisma. And spells, we don't receive any additional spells. We're still level 1, which is a shame, because level 2 spells are really good. And we will complete that.
Adventures can wait.
It does mean we get 1 extra spell, and before I forget, we're not going to use Entangle. We are going to stick a Magic Fang, an Acid Maw, and where are we heading to after this? A Fairy Fire. There we go. I think that should do. Right, I'm going to pause the video here, and I'll see you in the next one.